What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. I found an incredibly interesting article that I want to share with you guys today. I know I say I find a lot of interesting articles, but I really do. I skim through probably 10, 15 articles talking about silver every day, and I pick the most relevant one. I'm never going to tell you stuff you don't need to know. Now, this article's even more interesting in particular because it's not coming from a silver source. This is from PV Magazine. So it's talking about silver from an outside perspective, and it shares a lot of good points that normal articles wouldn't. Before we jump into this, make sure you're subscribed because I'm giving away over $1,000 worth of silver to 5 different people. I'm doing my 40,000 subscribers silver giveaway. The entry video is still open. You only have a couple days left to enter. I'm going to leave the entry video open a little longer than usual giveaways because I want as many people as possible to have a chance to enter because that's a substantial amount of silver. So let your friends, your family know, certain stackers that you like, because why not give them a chance? I mean, there's 5 winners, so it's not like you're going to be, if you tell someone else, you're going to be lowering your chances. The odds are still a lot higher than usual. So, silver accounts for 10% of PV module costs. Now, when we're talking about photovoltaic cells, which are in solar panels, silver is a main component. Silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, even light sensitivity. So as we advance into this new technological era, this new digital era, silver is going to be needed more and more and more for electric vehicles, solar panels, 5G towers, silver, lithium-ion batteries, all types of stuff. And new inventions come out every single day. Scientists actually discovered a way to make silver 40% stronger without losing any electrical conductivity, which is insane. So this article blew my mind. I thought it was just going to be an article talking about how silver is used in solar panels, but when they broke down the numbers, staggering results on how much they really do need silver, and they even incorporate the price with this. They're not just talking about, oh, we need this much silver for our our solar panels, but they talk about how silver's price is going to skyrocket with this. So it's like bridging the gap between both worlds, and it's a perfect article to share with you guys in explaining why silver is a ticking time bomb. Remember, this is only one of the reasons that silver has so much potential. We're not even incorporating the dollar index, throwing trillions of dollars in stimulus out, excessive spending from Joe Biden. We haven't even gone into any of that either. So, the share of silver in the total cost of PV modules has increased around 5% in recent months. So he told PV Magazine that silver prices are set to rise, adding that the metal will eventually account for an even larger percentage of overall module costs. So the share of silver in PV modules costs has risen around 5%. This is accounting approximately 10% of the total, according to U.S.-based metal analyst Matt Watson. So with PV model costs in the neighborhood of 1 cent to a penny, watt and silver representing around 10% of the overall module cost structure, and module and cell prices still declining. Finding a means to lower the silver cost component is going to become an increasingly difficult task. So they're not going to be able to lower the cost, which means production cost is actually going to go higher. Watson told PV Magazine over the last 20 years, silver is an average of 8.31% year-on-year growth in prices, which is greater than the current rate of the design thrifting. This means that lowering that silver number or price per watt component is going to be very difficult. Watson noted that silver is now sold around $26 per ounce, but he said prices will continue to climb. When you study the silver market, electronics demand, led by the solar PV markets, all have increasingly larger forecast demand. This means that demand is only going to keep going up. More scarcity, low supply, high demand shoots the price up. He said that nothing that silver is becoming more of an industrial metal with each passing year. The projected solar PV module silver cost per watt produced is leveling out going forward as a result of these silver price climbs. As other cell and module costs decline, silver will consume an even larger percentage of the overall module cost at these trends, as these trends continue. So Watson, a former executive at U.S.-based CIGS, Solar Module Manufacturing, Solo Power, is currently the CEO and founder of California-based Precious Metals Commodity Management. He said he believes that PV industry will probably not move away quickly from the use of silver, despite the recent jump in silver prices. So you would think they would try to replace silver with something, and they even go into nickel, but we'll dive into that in a second. So in my career, I did extensive work on alternative alloys without any real success. Life testing and electrical efficiency loses always brought us back to silver alloys. So this is interesting, and this is very bullish for silver, because I made a video the other day, or probably a couple months ago. I make a lot of videos, and I post daily videos, but the point is, I said the only way silver could ever crash and stay low or even become worthless is if another metal replaced it that could work better than silver for cheaper. See, silver is extremely beneficial in all these technical, gadgets and all this stuff. And it's only $26 an ounce. So big business loves that. Think about gold. It's $2,000 an ounce. Think about how much more expensive gold is than silver. Silver is perfect. But if they could find something even cheaper than silver to replace it that works even somewhat as good, then silver could be a thing of the past. And I've always wondered if they would ever get to that point. But this part of information, this is something I've never heard of, I've never read. This is amazing. This is amazing information I'm about to talk about. So, Watson said that engineering teams use precious metals and electronics for a reason. Silver, of course, is the most conductive mineral in the world, with good corrosion resistance properties assisting the durability of the module. Here is a chart of solar PV market, silver with watts and silver watt trend. So you can see the new model, and you can see it going down. He acknowledged that nickel alloy has the potential to replace silver in solar cell metallization, but not in the space of a few years. See, it has the potential. We may need a couple of decades to get there, he said. Nothing that in that connector market, copper and nickel alloys are commonly used for both durability and electrical performance. However, Watson said he is concerned about the trajectory for PV market expansion and corresponding silver demand. In 2020, when global silver demand reached 115 GW or gigawatts, the industry needed around 98 million ounces, which represented around 10% of the global silver supply. See, here is where silver is set to explode. They don't have enough silver to use or to make or to, produce what they're using these for, which is solar panels. But Joe Biden, the rest of the world, even jumping on with China on board, needs to make these solar panels. We're going into a green energy revolution. So what's going to happen? Scarcity, low supply, high demand shoots the price up. And look, annual supply or annual average, low, target, high. Low supply, there's the target, shoots the price up. Look at by 2040, it's only going to get higher. And they're saying $100 silver by 2036. Now that's funny to think about, because if you really incorporate what else is happening with the dollar deflating, the dollar collapsing, then this chart would look much, much different. They're just talking about this from the industrial sector of solar panels, not even incorporating 5G, not even incorporating electric vehicles, which in a decade or two, every car is going to be an electric vehicle, not even incorporating the trillions of dollars in stimulus. So this chart is going to look even more steep. In 2025, when around 230 gigawatts of new capacity is expected, the industry will need 156 million ounces, or 15% of the global silver supply. And that's in 2025. And this is considering all of the silver design thrifting baselines. With the growth in other electronic applications, I'm sure real silver supply continuity, which or pitch point around 30% of the global silver supply. But at a present course, we will hit that 30% silver demand level by 2046. On the current solar PV market growth trajectory, by 2050, some 332 million ounces of silver will be needed to support 1.33 terawatts year of new installations. Clean energy voices calling for an even steeper growth in solar PV as high as 3 terawatts or to 4 by 2050. Watson concluded, this trajectory of growth would break the silver market without substantial mining growth. He's saying if they don't start mining a lot more silver, which miners don't really care for silver because they would rather dig up something like gold, which is $2,000 an ounce instead of $26, right? Gold is going to put a lot more money in their pocket. Silver is found from byproduct, by accident. They're not looking for silver, but if they find some silver, they'll keep it, but they're not looking for it because it's not going to put any money in their pockets. They're a business. They're chasing the greenback, regardless of the consequence. They need silver more than gold, but they're going to look for gold more, even though we need silver at an increasingly higher rate. So what's going to happen? Silver demand or silver production rose by like 3% in 2021. 3% is not enough. For the last 7 years, we've been cutting back silver production by the hundreds of millions of ounces. So we're already in the red. We're already going off the fumes of the last 6-7 years of today. So we're actually having to backtrack just to break even with moving forwards. So we're basically 7 years behind already. And in 7 years, the demand is going to be so much higher. As they said, by 2025, 2030, we're trying to have zero emissions. This is alarming, and I don't think people realize what these numbers are really showing. This article exposes everything. This article is so important on so many different levels for so many different reasons. And that's why I'm sharing this with you guys today. I don't think this article is given enough credit. I don't think these numbers are given enough credit, and I don't think people understand the extremity of this information. What do you guys think about this? Tell me what you guys think about this. Anyways, the link to this article will be in the description if you want to dive deeper into it. I'm so glad that I found this article. I'm so glad that I found a source of information coming from the outside perspective, talking about silver, and they are even bullish on silver, even though they don't want silver to get higher, because that's going to raise their cost of production. It's going to take longer to get the world in this green energy revolution, meaning more money, more trillions of dollars are going to be needed, also hurting the dollar, because then they'll have to reprint more dollars, overflooding the market, weakening the dollar. We know the dollar has a direct correlation to gold and silver prices. So everything is intertwined. Everything is going to come full circle, and silver stackers are going to have the last laugh. Regardless if you want to admit it or not, acknowledge it or not, accept it or not, it doesn't matter, because silver is going to be going up, and the ones that are stacking it are going to get heavily rewarded. So anyways, what do you guys think about this? If you thought this article or this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos. You got to stay tuned in. So make sure you're also subscribed, because I am giving away over $1,000 worth of silver. You don't want to miss that giveaway. That's the one giveaway you don't want to miss. I've been doing a giveaway every 1,000 subscribers for the last 5,000 subscribers. But this is the one that you want to make sure you enter. I would hate for someone to miss this giveaway. And what if they would have won if they would have entered? That would be such a terrible situation. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.